I'm Toby Kane, agricultural education instructor and aviation up at Joseph High School and facilitator of the CTE Revitalization Grant.
I'm Bill Oliver, and I'm a parent of a couple of Joseph High students. One, our son Kai, who's now graduated and is studying digital art, and this program got him started in that. And then he convinced our daughter, Kana, who's a graduating senior this year, to take on the program. And after a year, she decided flying wasn't for her. And Toby fortunately convinced her, well, why don't you do the promotion and publicity for the program? And it has really lit her fire.
I'm Lance Hellman, Superintendent at Joseph School District. Just excited to see where we're going, and fun process to see our kids go through the CTE and reaching more kids than, even if it reaches 5 or 6, if we have 60 kids in our high school, that's roughly 10% of our kids that now have a passion that they didn't have before. So it's exciting to see where it's going.
Jerry Peacock, CTE Regional Coordinator for Mount Here ESD, and I have the opportunity to work with Toby and his CTE endeavors with his program and agriculture, and so it's really been good to see what's going on, but more importantly, it's so unique. It's unique to the whole region. There's not another program like it, and I know I dare say it's probably unique to the state. So it's sort of groundbreaking. It's exciting to see the enthusiasm that Toby's had for this program and the support that Lance and his groups provided. So, and it's amazing the resources and people that he has in his community to support this program.
I'm Julie Grote, the parent of Theodore James Grote. This program has helped TJ follow his long-lasting dream of becoming a pilot, and he'll be attending Treasure Valley Aviation this fall.
I'm Susan Kane, and I'm married to Toby, but I'm an elementary teacher here, and I have 2 investments. I help a lot out with the education outreach with the 2 aviation clubs that are in the community, and I have a lot of vision of where this is going to go for our whole building, K-12, in the next couple of years beyond this. So that's, I guess, my role.
Well, I think we have quite a few young people who just hadn't gotten passionate about something that hadn't touched their lives yet. And what I've seen in both my kids, first Kai, he all of a sudden started drawing planes and got interested in how they fly. And I was telling Jerry he has an app on his phone that allows him to build airplanes and to see what makes them fly and what makes them die. And he's doing it all the time. And that got him into digital art, and he was just producing a number of digital art pieces that will go into a video that has airplanes in it. And so he got very excited about it and did the work on the first simulator that was part of the fly-in where they did the demos. So that was something. And then I watched Julie's son, who I think we both agree wasn't all that fired up about school. But when he got in this program, he just went crazy. Now he's going to be going to school, learning aviation, and that's kind of been his dream, and it enabled his dream. And our daughter, I can't believe she's the same person she was 3 years ago. She had not nearly the self-confidence that she does now. She wasn't I can do it kind of person. She was very reticent to get involved in things, and now she's just on fire, and it's really exciting to see.
TJ has this has just let him spread his wings and just be more confident, and he's so excited, looking forward to the future, and a lot of this program has really, like you said, kind of got him out of his shell.
Right, yeah.
Gave him a dream.
One of the things about being in a small school sometimes does have disadvantages. Students have to have the same English teacher all 4 years. They have the same math, And in a large school, you have a lot more electives. You have the niche things where your whole population can find those fits. In a small school, sometimes that's just not a doable thing. But we still have those same niches of students, even though 60, it might be one or two, but we sell all the same things. So just being able to expand the ability to meet more students' areas of interest in a diverse way that also leads into something functional and you know, solid at the end of it as far as a high wage, high demand career. And just being able to offer more of that in a small school setting is important. And having the administration and the school board flexible enough to help build programs that allow it, because we're really stretched. If you look at Joseph and having kind of 3 different CTE programs in a school of 60 kids, that's not normal. Like our principal went through and did a huge survey as we were developing this plan of all the schools our size, and most of them just had one, and primarily that was ag. But so that diversity to meet students' needs, I think, is very helpful in a small school.
And I think it's important that the handful of kids that aviation is going to be their passion, that we're reaching those kids, but the skills that they learn, like your daughter isn't going into aviation,
Exactly.
but her working with the flying clubs and doing the advertising and the flying, and I think those skills are even more important. You get those in ag, you get those everywhere, but this is another outlet, a different path to hone those skills and develop them and become the people they are, even though aviation may not be the exact field they're going into, that the skills that they're learning they can transfer.
To provide lots of avenues. It's a rich field.
Kind of like Lance alluded to, we're not teaching specific skill sets necessarily. We're teaching like work and life skills and thinking skills and application, how to apply different technologies regardless of aviation, agriculture, health sciences. So it's what are those skill sets a kid needs to go out into post-secondary life, whether it's workforce or apprenticeships or whatever. What are those skills that really they all need to be really solid in to give them that? Because we don't know. It's going to be out there in 20 years.
That's right.
It's like, who knows?
Yeah, the motto of the program might be not just for pilots, because our daughter learned how to manage an auction that raised $6,000, involved community members in donating things, and they showed up at the annual dinner of the foundation. They had the biggest turnout they've ever had. It's just been amazing to see the ripples go out from the program. I was with a guy last night who wants to donate a ground looped 140 to the program. And it just happens. And at that dinner, another fellow said, I want to get my grandchild involved in this program. What do I need to do? So, Mr. Kane talked with him. It's all kinds of skill. I don't see my daughter doing piloting or aviation, but she might be involved in public relations and aviation or something completely different. But as you said, the skill sets are there. Toby can hand her the mic and she can go to town and make a great presentation. Her public speaking skills are really developed, her writing skills. So those are useful anyway.
One of the things that gets lost in this whole discussion is how fortunate we are to have a community college that actually has an aviation program.
That's so true.
TVCC with an aviation program, really?
Yeah.
It doesn't have it. And so what it does is gives relevance to what Toby's doing here, because those kids now, I can go somewhere, and I can go somewhere fairly close to home. Like
That's
my
right.
son's
That's right.
doing. So I think we take that for granted.
They are the only college in the state of Oregon that has a specific certificate, a safety certificate for BLM and Forest Service. That was why TJ picked that. I mean, we were thinking about Big Bend and all that, but once we found out about that certificate, he's like, this is it.
And that's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do.
That's exciting.
Well, the advantage that's very exciting. At this level is that we know they can transition to something. The problem with a lot of post-secondary is this is the first encounter many of our high school kids have had. And they really don't know what they want to do when they go there. What we have here is an opportunity to align, articulate, do those things and expose kids. CTE, in my opinion, we're not trying to develop highly skilled people in high school. We're here to expose them to opportunity. And that's what Julie's son and Bill's son are really been exposed. Now they got the burn.
That's
They
right.
got the fever.
That's right.
So I think that's really I'm excited for TVCC, and I hope Ron sticks around more.
Fingers crossed.
Well, and a lot of that's Toby too,
Yeah.
not just the program. I think Toby could take any program and run with it. Kids look up to him as a mentor and someone they want to be like. So you have to give credit where credit's deserved.
Yeah, I think that's true, and I think it, you know,
Okay, it's a wrap, we can go now.
It's a perfect commercial for the whole program. I like it.
and I think it's amounted to a second career for Toby.
Mhm.
You know, I see an energy in him and a fire that, you know, hadn't quite flamed up for a while. It's pretty exciting to see.
It's rekindled. How would you say?
What would you say?
Oh, I'm always drugging along and it's always a ride.
Yeah.
See the kids' eyes, any kid, like you said, this program can do anything. When you see that fire in their eyes,
Yeah.
as a teacher, I'm sure you're just like, oh, I got it.
That's right.
Got what's in there. Come on, bring it in.
Doesn't give herself neck. We traveled to Virginia, where did we go? Philadelphia together.
New Jersey.
To learn curriculum, went through the training, and Susan truly has a passion for science, and did some great science stuff in Cove. And when we were talking, Linda Kastner is she was kind of my mentor in learning about aviation curriculum, and she had been doing it for 20 years in New Jersey, actually. And so when she came up and started to have dialogue with Susan, who's, you know, the best teacher I know in all reality, and Susan was able to take Linda's ideas about exposing aerospace to kids as young as preschool or kindergartners, and how they can start to make brain connections through aviation at that age, usually using little toy flyers and having a partner, you know, both in life, but in professionalism that's by your side. She says she's been drugged along all the time, but it's not only a support, but, you know, we all undersell ourselves a lot, but it's nice to have that.
Yeah, truly, absolutely.
Well, you have kids that want to come to school and they want to make a difference and they want to learn.
That's right.
And I've seen that a lot with
Yeah,
once you guys got here.
yeah. Connor several times has said that she's particularly proud of her participation in this project because it's the first thing that she's done that was really totally independent of us as parents. And I've seen that independence grow, and of course I'm excited about it. And but she'll haul herself off to board meetings for the foundation and planning committees for the fly-in. I don't have to ask her when she needs to be there. I don't have to get her into the car. She just is out and gone. And you know, it keeps us informed of what she's doing, but it's her ball game. And she's really proud that it is, that she has the ownership of it. And that's exciting to see in a young person.
Well, I have so many ideas that I haven't totally verbalized, but yeah, we are a charter, and since we do have the aviation, it could become a full aviation type program that starts when they're little, but it still tick off a lot of boxes with readers and kids learning math and then building a community from the older kids down to the youngers that we're kind of separated and with the way the building's designed for a reason, but it might bring where olders can come and teach youngers about aviation, or give them a day's experience of, well, I kind of envision it, kinders get experience with this, first grade gets to do this with aviation, and it links up with their science that they're supposed to be learning anyway, but it's just one avenue to teach it. Some integration, third grade up, clear up, Every year is different, so they don't get, oh, it's Aviation Day, we've done this forever. No, it looks different at every grade level. And then there is one big Aviation Day, but now when you're in 3rd grade, you get to do balloons, and the high school runs it. And, then you get into junior high, and you're doing something amazing and fascinating, and it might be a full week, but the older kids also prepare for it. So it's driven completely by kids. Yeah.
So you'll coordinate with me next year?
Now I have to
That's that timepiece.
pull that off.
Oh, you guys look together.
But I can see it. I can see it, and we've got the staff that we could do it.
In 5 years, well, TJ's dad wants him to come back and open up the airport again. Like, it used to be Grow Aviation, and he would like him to do that again. I don't see that happening, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But in 5 years, and Lance alluded to it a little bit, that you see more of a regional influence. When you see kids from Enterprise High School, and Bill mentioned of our grandson, having an opportunity to come up and take courses. Maybe not transfer into the school district, because I know that gets a little contentious, but certainly take advantage of the program. So, and I know that when the grant was written, it was done with some regional thought in mind.
Yeah, a lot
So
of
5
action.
years, I'd like to see that really, you have to take care of it really here first to get it off, get it off the ground. But you really have to stretch out and get prizes and Wallowas and whomever's out there, of course the kids in Los Dina, I assume, go to Enterprise, but, so that's what I would hope in 5 years.
In 5 years, I hope we have 3 pathways we're looking at, that when we talk about integrating the English, math, I hope in 5 years that our 3 pathways, whether they may change or may not, I mean, you never know what the industry is going to do or what teachers you have and what skills you have, but that they're intertwined and kids can find that passion with whatever pathway they choose, but they're all working together. And we're working there, and there's definitely those conversations, but it is, it takes time, and then to see, foster what Mrs. Kane's saying with the younger kids, and even if they don't go into the aviation piece, even from that, but they are into business or engineering or health science, whatever that may be, they're still learning those skills and still getting pieces of what Toby's providing and what Haig's providing, but really working together and being united, high school, K-12 really.
Yeah, I think the effort toward integration and collaboration will probably be the most important aspect of the future. Both of my kids were not math enthusiasts, and the major reason was they didn't see any connection to real life. And it's all out there somewhere. I never use it, so why am I taking it?